Inside every cell of your body, there exists a perfect spiral. We call it DNA. But it is not only biological information, it is the most complete library that exists in the known universe. In every cell, the spiral contains instructions to build a complete human being, to repair any damaged tissue, to regenerate what time, stress, and emotions have gradually worn down. Your DNA knows exactly how to heal you. The problem is not that it does not know. The problem is that the noise of the modern world, pollution, chronic stress, unprocessed emotions, looping thoughts at 3 in the morning, all of that creates interference in the signal. Like when the radio is not tuned properly, and instead of music, you only hear static. Tonight, we are going to remove that static. The frequency, 528 Hz, has been known for centuries in different healing traditions as the frequency of love, transformation, and DNA repair. Modern researchers, such as Dr. Leonard Horowitz, have documented its effects on cellular coherence. The medieval church used it in Gregorian chant without knowing exactly why it worked. What they did know was that something in that frequency resonated in the body in a way no other frequency could achieve. Tonight, during the next 50 minutes, your body is going to immerse itself in that frequency, not only through the music that accompanies you, but from within. Because together, we are going to learn how to generate it from inside your own body. Welcome. Hello, I am Jordi, founder of Conscious Mind. If you want to support this channel so that it continues to grow and reach more people, subscribe, like this video, and activate the bell so you do not miss any meditation. Every gesture counts and helps me a lot. Thank you from the heart. Place yourself in the most comfortable position you can find. Your back supported, your body loose, your eyes closed. Tonight, you do not have to go anywhere. You do not have to resolve anything. You do not have to remember anything. You only have to exist here, in this moment, and allow the healing frequency to do its work. Before beginning the breathing, let the body settle completely into the surface where you are resting. Bring your attention to the feet without moving them, just noticing their presence. The weight of the feet, the temperature. If there is tension in the arches in the toes, in the ankles. Simply observe without wanting to change anything yet. Move up through the calves, the knees, the thighs. Allow the whole lower part of the body to sink a little more, a little more. Good. The abdomen. Observe how it rises and falls with each breath. You do not have to control it. The body breathes on its own, with an intelligence that existed long before you learned how to think. The chest, the shoulders, let them drop 1 centimeter lower than where they are now, and another centimeter more. What you feel when the shoulders yield is the tension of an entire day beginning to surrender. The arms, the hands, the fingers, the neck, the nape, the jaw. Let the teeth separate slightly. The forehead broad and calm. The eyes closed and still behind the eyelids. Your whole body present. Your whole body here. Your whole body ready to receive what is coming. You are completely safe tonight. We are going to begin with a breathing technique that perhaps you have never done before. It is called the humming breath, or in Sanskrit, Bhramari. And it is the only breathing technique that has the power to generate a frequency of vibration inside your own body. It works like this. You are going to inhale deeply through the nose, filling the lungs calmly and without hurry. And as you exhale, instead of letting the air out in silence, you are going to gently close the lips and exhale, making a soft humming sound, like a bee flying slowly in the darkness, as if the consonant M were extended throughout the whole exhalation. That hum creates a vibration that you do not only feel in the lips or the throat. If you do it gently and steadily, the vibration extends to the skull, to the sinuses, to the chest, to the abdomen. The whole body begins to resonate. And that inner resonance tunes directly to the 528 Hz frequency of the music surrounding you. You create a healing instrument inside yourself. In addition, the hum on the exhalation activates the vagus nerve in a way no other breath can achieve, because the nerves that innervate the larynx are directly connected to the vagus. Every time you hum on the exhale, you send a direct signal of calm to the brain. Let us practice it together, without pressure, without perfection, only exploring this sensation for the first time. Inhale deeply through the nose. Fill the lungs. Good. And now as you exhale, gently close the lips and let the air out with that soft hum. Do you feel the vibration? It does not matter exactly where you feel it. In the lips, in the cheekbones, in the nose, in the chest. Everything is fine. Second cycle. Inhale. Open the chest. Fill all the way. Exhale, humming, soft and continuous, until the lungs are completely empty. Notice how the hum changes slightly, depending on the volume of air that remains. At first it is fuller, more resonant. At the end, it becomes finer, thinner. And in the final moment, just before the air runs out, there is an instant of internal silence that is absolutely perfect. Third cycle. Inhale, slow and complete. Exhale. Let the vibration reach wherever it wants to reach. Do not control it. Just allow. Your body is already beginning to remember this frequency because it is not new to it. It is a frequency that has always existed in nature. Your body only needs you to remind it that it can receive it. Fourth cycle. Inhale. Exhale. Deeper this time, more resonant, as if the hum were coming from the center of the chest. Fifth cycle. The longest of all. Inhale very deeply until the abdomen expands completely. Exhale, slow, very slow. Let the hum last as long as the air can last. And when the air runs out, let the silence that follows be as deep as the hum that came before it. Perfect. Now let the breath return to its natural rhythm. The body already has the vibration within it. You can feel it if you pay attention, like a soft echo of that hum that remained resonating in the tissues. That vibration is the beginning of tuning to the 528 Hertz frequency. And now we are going to go much deeper. bring your attention inside your body, not to the surface, not to the skin, but inside, to the tissues, to the cells. Imagine that tonight you have the ability to zoom inward, as if you had a magnifying lens that can become smaller, 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 until it reaches the level of what cannot be seen with the naked eye. You keep reducing the scale from the organs to the tissues, to the individual cells, to what exists inside a cell. And there, in the nucleus of each one of your 40 trillion cells, you find a structure that takes your breath away. A double helix, a spiral staircase braided with an elegance that no human architect has ever managed to imitate. Two chains of nucleotides winding around each other in a perfect and perpetual dance. Your DNA. Tonight, observe your DNA under that imagined lens. How is it? Under ideal conditions, the two helices turn together in perfect harmony, like two dancers who have spent a lifetime practicing together. There is coherence in their movement, a fluidity, a luminosity. But under conditions of chronic stress, toxins, unprocessed emotions, the helices lose part of that synchrony. There are places where the rhythm is interrupted, where the spiral loses its perfect geometry, where genetic information does not flow with the same clarity. Those are the places that the 528 Hz frequency comes to restore tonight. Observe your DNA in any one cell, perhaps in a heart cell, or in a liver cell, or in a neuron in the brain. It does not matter which one you choose. All of them are going to receive the same healing tonight. Now, from outside that cell, something begins to arrive. A wave. You cannot see it with the physical eyes, but the inner lens captures it perfectly. It is a green-gold wave, very soft, moving in circular and concentric patterns, like the circles that form when a drop of rain falls into a still pond. That wave is the 528 Hz frequency. It comes from the music you are hearing, from the hum still resonating in your tissues, from the quantum field that has always existed around your body, but that tonight is especially active. green gold wave reaches the cell membrane, and the membrane recognizes it immediately because the cell has been waiting for this frequency. It needed it. It was exactly what was missing to complete its repair cycle. The wave enters the cell, flows through the cytoplasm like a river of soft light, reaches the cell nucleus, and upon coming into contact with the DNA, something extraordinary happens. The two helices that had been turning to their own separate rhythm begin to synchronize. Like two clocks that were slightly out of phase, and suddenly someone synchronizes them. The tick of one and the tock of the other begin to coincide perfectly. And in that synchronization, in that moment of perfect coherence, the cell regains access to its original program of health. To the instructions it always knew how to execute, but that noise had been blocking. The DNA repair enzymes, those proteins the body produces to correct errors in the genetic sequence, receive an activation signal, as if a green light were switched on in the control room. And they begin to work, moving along the double helix with that microscopic precision that evolution took millions of years to perfect, identifying the points where genetic information shows irregularities, correcting, restoring, completing what was incomplete. This healing was already happening in your body every night during sleep. But tonight, with the 528 Hertz frequency active and your consciousness as an amplifier, that process accelerates. It becomes more precise. It goes deeper. Now expand that vision. Pull the lens back a little. Observe not one cell, but many, thousands, millions. And see how that green gold 528 Hertz wave spreads from cell to cell like fire in a field of dry wheat, but a fire that instead of destroying, ignites. Each cell touched by the wave begins to shine with a soft inner light, and that light passes to the next cell, and the next, and the next. until an entire tissue begins to illuminate from within. Bring that vision to the heart. "40 million heart cells, each one beating in the same rhythm, in perfect coordination, thanks to a biological electrical system that is in itself a miracle of quantum physics." The 528 Hz wave reaches the heart, and the heart cells, which already function in electromagnetic coherence, take a leap in coherence. The electrical field of the heart, which normally extends 1.5 meters beyond the body, becomes more ordered, more powerful, cleaner. The heart begins to beat with a different quality, not faster or slower, simply more complete, as if each beat now reached the last corner of the body with more precision and more healing information. Now bring the green gold wave to the brain. "86 billion neurons connected to one another through 100 trillion synapses. The most complex network that exists in the known universe, and you carry it inside your skull. The 528 Hz wave reaches the brain. And the neurons, which normally fire in chaotic patterns when we are stressed or anxious, begin to synchronize into more harmonious patterns. The beta brain waves that dominated when you arrived at this meditation, those fast and accelerated waves of ordinary thought, give way to slower and more creative alpha waves. And the alpha waves, as the 528 Hz frequency settles into the neural tissue, begin to descend toward theta. The threshold of sleep, the state where the subconscious mind is most accessible, where dreams are formed, where the deepest healing happens. And in that theta state, the brain naturally produces its own repair frequencies. The 528 Hz frequency acts as a catalyst that amplifies that natural process. The neurons that had lost part of their synaptic connection due to chronic stress, insomnia, inflammation, begin to rebuild those bridges. Slowly, with the patience of one who knows exactly what they are doing. Because the body always knows exactly what it is doing when you give it the time and the space to do it. While the DNA receives that repair frequency observe something else inside each cell. The mitochondria. Those small oval structures that live inside each cell in numbers of hundreds or thousands, depending on the type of tissue. Mitochondria are the power plants of your body. They produce ATP, the energy molecule that makes every muscular movement, every thought, every heartbeat, every biochemical process that keeps you alive possible. And mitochondria are extraordinarily sensitive to frequency. The green gold 528 Hz wave reaches the mitochondria. And something in their inner membrane changes. It becomes more permeable in the right way. The proton gradients that drive ATP production become optimized. The enzymes of the respiratory chain function with greater efficiency. The cells produce more energy with the same fuel. Like an engine that had been working at 60% of its capacity, and suddenly someone perfectly adjusts the calibration and it starts functioning at 90. That extra energy is not felt as nervousness or activation. It is felt as quiet vitality, like that feeling of being truly rested that sometimes exists upon waking after a perfect night of sleep. That feeling that the body is full without being tense. It is what you will experience tomorrow. Now bring the green gold wave to the immune system. Those defensive cells that travel through the body without rest, identifying what belongs and what does not, destroying what threatens, building the antibodies that protect you. The immune system is extraordinarily sensitive to mental and emotional state. When cortisol is elevated for months, the immune system becomes suppressed. When there is a peace, when there is coherence, when there is active healing, the immune system flourishes. The 528 Hz frequency reaches the lymphocytes, the natural killers, the macrophages. And those cells receive a clean activation signal. Not the activation of stress, which is abrupt and non-specific, but the activation of health, which is precise, elegant, and exactly proportional to what the body needs. The natural killer cells, which specialize in detecting and destroying cells that present abnormalities. receive that frequency and refine their diagnostic precision. They find more easily what they need to find. They act more effectively on what they need to act upon. Tonight, the immune system is your best ally. And the 528 Hz frequency is the language that speaks directly with it. There is one detail I want you to visualize for one more moment. The T lymphocytes, those master cells of the immune system that learn to recognize each specific enemy and then store that information for life, receive the 528 Hz frequency like a software update. Their membrane receptors become more sensitive. Their capacity to communicate with other lymphocytes improves. And immune memory, that living library of all the pathogens your body has ever defeated, is updated and consolidated during tonight's sleep. Tomorrow, when you wake, your immune system will literally be more intelligent than it is today. Not in terms of aggressiveness, in terms of precision. Now bring your attention to the liver. The salient organ that works without stopping processing toxins, metabolizing hormones, producing proteins, storing glucose, regulating cholesterol. The liver performs more than 500 different functions in the body and never complains, never asks for recognition, never stops. The green gold wave reaches the liver. And the liver cells, the hepatocytes, breathe with relief upon receiving that frequency, as if someone were finally saying to them, "I know everything you do, and I thank you for it." The hepatic microcirculation improves. The bile drainage channels open a little more. The production of glutathione, the master antioxidant of the body, increases in response to that signal of coherence. The liver is cleansing itself tonight. Silently, without your having to do anything except be here. Second cycle of the humming breath. Because now that the 528 Hz frequency is active in your tissues, the hum is going to amplify it. Inhale deeply through the nose. fill the lungs completely. Exhale humming, and this time, while you hum, imagine that the vibration comes directly from the center of the chest, from the heart, and expands toward all the tissues of the body at the same time. Feel how the hum and the 528 Hz frequency meet inside you, merge, become one single wave of healing that occupies every cell. Exhale to the end. Inhale again. Exhale. This time, imagine that the hum reaches the smallest cells, the most remote ones, the ones that had never before received so much attention. Inhale. Exhale. The last hum, the deepest, the one that resonates in the bones. And when the air runs out, let the silence that follows be absolutely complete. That silence is also healing. Because the absence of noise is as necessary as the presence of frequency. Now the body is in a state that quantum physicists would call maximum coherence. Each system in tune with the others, the heart, the brain, the nervous system, the immune system, the organs, all speaking the same language, all moving at the same rhythm. In this state of coherence, the DNA can receive the instructions it needs to complete the repair processes that normally remain unfinished because of the interference of stress. Stem cells, which reside in the bone marrow and in different organs of the body, receive the signal that resources are available, that it is safe to activate, that there is work to do. And they begin to divide, to differentiate, to migrate toward the tissues that need them most. Replacing damaged cells, strengthening weakened tissues, rebuilding what the years and stress had deteriorated. Your body tonight is literally regenerating itself. It is not a metaphor. It is quantum biology. Before sleep comes to find you, I want you to do one last thing. Bring both hands to the center of the chest, one on top of the other, over the heart. Feel the heartbeat beneath your palms. And from that place of contact between your hands and your heart, send an intention to the rest of the body. It does not have to be an elaborate phrase. It can be as simple as an image of yourself completely healthy, completely restored, completely whole. That image, in the state of quantum coherence your body is in right now, is not only a thought, it is an instruction, a signal that the electromagnetic field of the heart transmits to every cell in the body. Quantum physicists know that the observer influences what is observed, and you, in this moment, are the observer of your own body. Your intention of healing, when emitted from a state of coherence, has real effects on biological processes. Imprint that image of yourself healthy and whole. Imprint it in the heart. And know that every night you do this, every time you tune to this frequency, that image becomes a little more real, a little more present, a little more your everyday reality. There is something else I want you to know before sleep arrives. The 528 Hz frequency does not end its work when this meditation ends. On the contrary, the latest research in quantum biophysics suggests that once a healing frequency is established in the electromagnetic field of the body, it can persist for hours, sometimes days. Which means that the work your body has begun tonight will continue through the hours you are going to sleep. Through the hours of deep sleep, when the glymphatic system of the brain activates and cleans away the residues of the day, when the endocrine system produces growth hormone, which is also the hormone of tissue repair, when the immune system works more effectively because it does not have to share resources with the sympathetic nervous system in alert mode. Sleep was already the period of greatest regeneration for your body. With the 528 Hz frequency active, it is even more so. Tonight, you're not only going to sleep, you are going to heal in a way you had not experienced before. And tomorrow, when you wake, perhaps you will not notice the change immediately, or perhaps you will. Perhaps perhaps there will be something different in how you feel in the body. Something lighter, something clearer, as if some layers of tension that you took for permanent had silently disappeared during the night. Trust that process. Your body knows exactly what it is doing. And now, very slowly, let the hands return to their natural resting place. The body is heavier than before. That heaviness is not fatigue, it is density. It is the physical sensation that something is happening at the cellular level, that the body is absorbed in a deep process that requires energy and attention. The legs are long and heavy and still. The arms rest on the bed as if they were part of it. The back has opened and flattened a little more than before. The chest rises and falls with a calm it did not have a while ago. The words you hear now come from very far away, as if they were arriving from the opposite shore of a completely still lake, in the perfect darkness of a moonless night. The 528 Hz frequency continues sounding in the tissues, even though you can no longer consciously hear it. Because it has settled in, it has found its place within you. And it will continue resonating while you sleep. Every cell in your body tonight has access to that frequency. Every strand of your DNA is receiving the signal of repair. Every system in your body is in the most coherent state it has reached in a long time. The sleep that is coming is the sleep of active regeneration. Not the sleep of one who simply rests. But the sleep of one who heals, of one who rebuilds, of one who returns, cell by cell, to the most whole and luminous version of himself. The eyelids are so heavy. The jaw has released. The forehead has softened. The space between the eyebrows is wide and calm. The thoughts, if they arrive, pass like clouds in a vast sky. You do not have to follow them. You do not have to hold on to them. Only let them pass. While the body does its work. While the 528 Hz frequency weaves its healing patterns into every corner of your being. While the DNA completes the repair cycles that the day interrupted, while stem cells migrate toward the tissues that need them. While the immune system works with the precision and efficiency of one who has all the resources available. Everything is all right. Your body knows exactly what it is doing. And tonight, for the first time in a long time, it has everything it needs to do it well. The breathing is slow. The heart beats in peace. The mind floats in that limitless space that lies between being awake and being asleep. And in that space, there is no time. There is no urgency. There is nothing to resolve. Only the frequency, only the warm silence, only the healing that happens on its own when you give it permission to exist. Sleep, and while you sleep, 528 times per second, the universe whispers to the DNA of every cell in your body. The same word as always, the only one that matters. Heal. Good night.